Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on my channel, then welcome. Today's video is going to be a very exciting one, for me at least, because I finally get to try out the Soft Glam Palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I know, this palette is kind of like old news already. They are coming out with the Norvina palette soon, so you know, things are constantly moving on, and I am once again super late to the party, but I mean, what can you do? It just takes a bit more time for these new products in the market to come to us in Estonia. So even though this is kind of like old news already, I still hope that you guys are interested in what I have to say about this palette, whether I like it, whether I dislike it, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested in what I have to say about this palette and how I created this eye look that you can see on my face, then just keep on watching. Okie dokie, so let's dive into this. To save some time, I have already done something to my face. I just used moisturizer and I didn't feel like using a primer. Then I applied some foundation and I also used some products on my eyes. I did prep my eyes, of course. All the details will be listed in the description box if you are curious about what I used. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of this palette. I'm just going to do an eye look with these shades, and as I go along, analyze them or kind of give you guys my thoughts on them, how well they are blending, how I like the pigmentation and all that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do, because as I said, this palette is not the newest thing on the market, and well, you probably have already seen several reviews on this. My eyes are really not in the best shape today. They are having a tough time. I'm first going to start buffing the shade Orange Soda, which is this one over here, and I'm going to start buffing that in my crease. Okay, they are a bit dusty. You get a bit of kick up, but nothing major. I think it's like similar to the Modern Renaissance, which, I mean, I'm really not all that fussy about kick up, but I know that some people really are. So that's why I'm saying it. It's nicely pigmented though, as the Anastasia eyeshadows usually tend to be. I'm gonna come a bit closer. I am taking the color all the way into the inner corners of my eye as well. Well, not the inner corners, but just very close to my inner corners. The next shade I'm gonna go into is Burnt Orange. Can you see anything? Okay. The next... Ooh, okay. I don't know if it's because this 227 is a bit more dense than the 228, but this shade has definitely got more kick up than the Orange Soda. I'm going to put that in the crease as well, but I'm just keeping it slightly lower down. And I'm also starting to buff that in my outer corners and my inner corners as well. So far they are blending out super nicely, but I mean, these are still very light colors. They are quite similar in tone to each other, so that is also something that aids in blending two colors together. Quickly going back to the initial brush. Wait, what's this? The initial crease brush, 228, and I am buffing over the edges ever so slightly. And by the way, the reason why I look so pale on camera is because the lamp is very, very close to my face, and that's kind of washing me out because I'm really not that pale. Okay, I'm gonna do Sienna and Mulberry. Again, with a denser brush. There's some more kick up with the shade Sienna. I'm just following the natural shape of my crease. And once I have a rough shape down, something like this, I'm going to, once again, start building up the color on my outer and inner corner. And going back in with the previous brush, 227, to buff those edges a bit. Okay, these colors are really, really blending out super easily. But I mean, it's nothing shocking because it's Anastasia and the quality tends to be there. Next up, it's time for the shade Mulberry. I'm super excited for this one. And with this one, I'm starting out with just kind of tapping it in my outer corner first, because I want to test and see how dark this shade is. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now I'm just going to start very lightly dragging it in my crease yet again. And as always, keeping it as low as possible so that the other colors wouldn't be covered up. Frankly, I'm shocked that there isn't like that much fallout at all. It's pretty good. Oh my god, I'm loving this smoky eye so much right now. And now we are going to take the shade Sultry and put that in the middle. I'm just gonna take a bit of that shade. Oh my god, this is so buttery. You guys have no idea. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is stunning. I'm going to take a bit of the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer on a, like a, I can't remember the name. I think it's like a detail brush or detailer brush by Real Techniques. And I'm going to carve out the top part. And now I'm going to take the same shade, Sultry, with a flat shader brush. Okay, I'm going to stamp over the edges with a bit more of the shade Mulberry. Going back with the 227 to buff over the edges. I definitely have some fallout on my cheeks now, but ignore that for the time being. I decided to take a bit of the shade Rose Pink and put that right in the center of the lid, and I think it gave it kind of a cool tinge, so I am going to do that on this eye as well, just in the center part. This just makes it a bit more rosy. Again, very lightly tap over the edges. I'm going to clean up the fallout. I'm going to apply some falsies, I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to finish up the rest of my face as much as I can, and then I will finish up the lower lash line with you guys on camera. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I have finished up the rest of my face. All that's left to do is the bottom lash line, and I'm sorry, I'm a complete idiot. When I was highlighting my face, I already did my inner corners and my brow bone highlights as well, and I actually didn't mean to do that because there are some beautiful colors in here that, you know, would be perfect for that exact purpose. Nevertheless, I'm going to apply some of the, I think I'm going to try the shade Glistening, and I'm going to put that in my inner corners and on my brow bone as well. I'm first going to take the shade Burnt Orange, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line. Not too far down, but I'm also not keeping it very close to my lashes either. Next, I'm going to take the shade Sienna, only this time I'm taking it a lot closer to my lash line. I'm also going to take the fluffy crease brush and just run over the edges. And then lastly, I'm taking the shade Mulberry, and I'm running that very close, well, pretty much in my lower lash line. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a bit of brown eyeliner. This is the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner, Color Icon Kohl eyeliner in the shade Simma Brown now. And I'm going to run that in my lower lash line. Well, waterline, sorry. That's what I wanted to say. And also in my tight line. And I'm going to resume running that shade, no, what am I doing? The shade Mulberry in my lower lashes. And then one last time running over the edges with the 228. And lastly, for the brow bone and inner corner highlight, I'm going to take the shade Glistening. Okay, that's very goldeny, well, more like champagne-y actually, but it has a lot of kick to it. I really like it. It really packs a punch. And now all that's left to do is finish up the lower lashes with some mascara. last but not the least, I'm going to set the whole thing in place with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. And that was the look. All in all, I really, really like this palette. I think that the quality is there, the pigmentation is there, but I mean, there's nothing surprising about that because it is Anastasia Beverly Hills and they are known for their good quality eyeshadows. I mean, there was a lot of drama with the Subculture palette when people were saying that it was too pigmented and it was too hard to blend because of that pigmentation. So that maybe kind of made a dent in their reputation a bit, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone is past the Subculture drama already, and the Soft Glam was obviously a hit. People love it, and they seem to be very, very excited about the Norvina palette as well. But I do have to say that if you already own several neutral palettes, then I'm not sure that you particularly need this one. Of course, it's beautiful and you can create beautiful looks with it, and it's very, very versatile. So I get that, but at the same time, knowing that there are already so many warm toned, neutral toned eyeshadow palettes out there, and people most likely have several of those already, I just don't see that it's like something that you really, really need to have in your collection, unless you really want it, of course, or unless you don't have any neutral eyeshadow palettes. Then of course this is definitely something to look into, because you do really get so many stunning, so many stunning neutral eyeshadows in here. You can do it all. You can do basic everyday looks, or you can do really, really smoky or metallic, like right in your face kind of glam looks. So in that sense, I really, really do approve of the palette and I think it's great. But yeah, those are just my 2 cents on the whole subject, so I will leave it up to you guys to decide, you know, whether you think that it is necessary or not. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!